Okay, we're back. I just realized my captions were on last time, so unfortunately I got to redo the guide again because I don't want that being transferred back onto my videos. So anyway, I'll have the captions back on in time for today's stream, hopefully. Anyway, I'm Order Storm 331 back again once more to try to get a guide of Aerith Gainsbourg's for Final Fantasy VII. For this guide, it's going to be meant for beginners that are more interested about playing the OG version. This guide will not cover the remake versions, unfortunately. So this guide's going to go over Aerith stats, her limit breaks, ultimate weapon, and basically what you're going to be using her for the most part. So anyway, Aerith is basically your go-to mage in this game, thanks to the fact every character can wield Matiera. So in other words, her very good stats are basically her MP, magic, and spirits. So she is actually one of your best mages. In term against the entire party, she'll rank first in those categories. She's actually a polar opposite of Barrett, who's actually more on HP, defense, and attack. I mean strength than she does. But she does have her weaknesses. She has the second lowest HP, out edging Vincent for that category. But she has the worst physical strength out of the entire party, with Vincent out edging her in that category. But for the most part, you're going to be using Aerith mostly to sling spells than anything else. And one of the reasons why Aerith is so ridiculously powerful is that most of her limit breaks are geared towards buffing or healing the party as opposed to offensive combat. So for the most part, you're going to be using Aerith to buff and heal and attack with spells most of the time. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and cover her limit breaks. Let me look up my notes that I took down in preparation for the guide. So anyway, these are Aerith's limit breaks. She will start off with Healing Wind, which is her level 1. This is her default starting limit break. This allows her to heal the entire party for half of max HP. So this is actually a very good backup healing spell in case you end up using all of your all options with the all plus restore Matiera combo, which is very good if you need to heal all your party members all at once. And it will be very useful up until you get into start moving forward with the level 2 limit breaks. So her second level 1 limit break is Seal Evil. You'll get this after using Healing Wind 8 times. This inflicts stop and silence on all enemies that are not immune to them. On the downside, though, it doesn't really work against any enemies that are actually immune to them. But this limit break is actually a very good one to use against apps when you fight them in Don Crino's mansion in the sewers underneath. But other than that, this will have very few usages. This is actually her only offensive limit break, but it's more towards debuffing enemies rather than an offensive attack. So to get access to level 2 and level 3 limit breaks, Aerith needs to defeat about at least 80 enemies. So once she reaches that quota, after that, she'll get access to Breath of Earth. This allows her to cure every status element, pretty much, in the entire game. Cures sleep, poison, sadness, fury, confusion, silence, berserk, paralyze, darkness, slow, stop, frog, small, slow, numb, and petrify. So this is actually pretty good if you got if you're facing off against enemies like the basilisk or even those annoying frogs with the ability to do frog jab for the most part. But for the most part, you're gonna mostly not get to see a whole lot of use in general. But it's there just in case you need it. Fury Brand, of course, is her second limit break. You'll get this after using Breath of Earth 7 times. This maxes out the other party members' limit break meters, except for Aerith. And this is actually pretty good to help all of your other party members get their train up their limit breaks if they're going for their second level limit break, which is like again their level 1, 2, or 3 or whatever. Overall, a very good, useful limit break, and I would strongly recommend using that while waiting to get to level 3 limit breaks. So level 3 limit breaks, as well as level 2, will become accessible after you defeat 80 enemies. The one you'll get is Planet Protector. This allows Aerith to grant invincibility to the status to the entire party. So basically, you'll be immune to all physical and magical damage, but the duration of that buff is temporal, so it won't stay for the entire battle if it goes too long. That is, but it's a very useful limit break though. So Pulse of Life is Aerith's second limit break. She'll get this after using Planet Protector 6 times. This heals the party's entire HP and MP, and it also cures all status ailments. So basically, this is basically the one of our best limit breaks that you get access to. If you somehow missed your chance of getting Great Gospel, I would recommend using this limit break instead until you get Great Gospel, or if you missed it entirely. So Aerith's final limit break, the entire game is Great Gospel. You do need to get the Great Gospel manual first, and as well as unlock all of Aerith's other limit breaks before you can use the manual and get access to this ability. So basically, it combines both Planet Protector and Pulse of Life. So it basically allows Aerith to heal the entire party's HP and MP, grants them invincibility, and also cures all status ailments. So if you're wondering why, most people would already know why Aerith was eliminated very early in the entire game due to developers' interviews and whatnot. But if you want another opinion as to why she's not available for the entire game, it's because of Great Gospel. Because that thing would be a huge reversal card if you're fighting against, say, for Sephiroth or Hojo later on in Part 3, or the end of Part 2 in Hojo's case. And basically, this, most of your final parties will probably consist of Cloud, Aerith, and one other party member of your choice. So, Great Gospel is kind of like the ultimate cheat where you can essentially get a free portable in and get a few bonus perks in general, too. So Great Gospel is probably one of the real reasons why Aerith is not available for the entire game. Even if she was available, it would take her a very, very, very long time for her to basically max out to 99, unlike the other characters. But yeah, another catch is that Great Gospel is also one of the more difficult level 4 limit breaks to get. Of course, just about everyone has a very hard time getting their limit breaks. But then again, that's also part of the reason why you can't get them that early. But in her case, you need to get the Mithril key item from the miner residing in a cave near the Mithril mine. You can only get that once you get access to the buggy. And then you need to speak to him once you defeat 77 enemies. It doesn't have to be 77 exactly. You could be like 277 or higher, as long as you have 77 battles for the last two numbers of that tally, you'll get the Mithril key item. You can also win other prizes from him too if you have a certain amount of battles in double digits applied. But after you get that, once you advance the game up until you get access to the Tiny Bronco, you'll need to go to an island that's near the Gold Saucer and exchange the Mithril for one of the two items from the two boxes. The Great Gospel will be on the upper level, up the stairs in the box up there. So you should always grab that to get the Great Gospel. And after that, you can teach Aerith this limit break. The only downside about the time you get access to Great Gospel is that by the time you get it, it's almost time for Aerith to leave the party permanently. Because she leaves the party after you complete the events at Temple of Ancients, which essentially means defeating Demon Wall in general, and then you'll lose her permanently after the events at the City of Ancients. So, Aerith's ultimate weapon is very unique, which is the Princess card. It's basically one of the three weapons in the entire game. Cloud and Tifa both have weapons that power up the weapon damage when you have one or two party members KO'd. And this actually boosts up Aerith's attack power, and it's very unique among ultimate weapons because it allows normal Matiera growth to occur, whereas most party members' ultimate weapons are basically don't offer any Matiera growth at all. But it's kind of one of the worst ultimate weapons, probably outside the death penalty and love premium. But however, just like the just like the Great Gospel, you're not going to get really a whole lot of use with Aerith's Princess card to really appreciate the weapon. Since by the time you get this at the Temple of Ancients, it's almost time for her to leave the party as is. So if you are going to be if you want to sell this for some quick cash after Aerith, after you lose Aerith in part one, I recommend just keeping the Princess card in the inventory and just sell it along with any of our leftover weapons. So basically, with Aerith, your ultimate goal is to basically have her sling spells and summons. So, given the fact she already has pretty poor HP as is, you can always put her in the back row and give her any of your strongest Magic Moniera as well as summons, and have her throw that out while using any of her limit breaks to heal and buff the party whenever possible. There are plenty of Moniera combos you can use with Aerith, but I'm not going to bother mentioning much of that on stream because there's plenty of videos on YouTube for that. And just in my opinion, Aerith is probably one of the most powerful party members in the entire game, thanks to her healing and buffing limit breaks. So just come to appreciate Aerith during your time on part one because you will not have her for the rest of the game. And you'll quickly, if you do decide to do something to get her back on the team by whatever means, you'll learn quickly why she's not allowed for the rest of Final Fantasy VII. But anyway, that's going to be it for the Aerith guide. It's just mostly covers stats, limit breaks, and ultimate weapon for the most part, unlike the Final Fantasy VI guide. But with Moniera, you can definitely customize your characters into any way or shape or form you want them for. Now, it's going to be a while before I can do the other characters because I need to get everyone up to level 99 before I do theirs. And the reason why we're doing the Aerith guide earlier is because I'm already at the Temple of Ancients, and by the time I get through a Demon Wall, it's going to be time to say farewell to her. Anyway, we'll be playing more Final Fantasy VII later this week on Friday, and a little bit later today, I will be doing Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. We'll be continuing our playthrough from last week. So that's going to conclude this session. I will have this exported to YouTube sometime a little bit later. But anyway, I'm going to see you all a little bit later today for Metroid Prime 4, and enjoy the rest of your new year. This is RotorStorm331 signing off. Have a great day, take care, and I will see you all